Right, while we're down this event then, Pete, if we can get you to do the 25 questions, trying to peek at him, trying to sneak review. But anyway.
Right, no worries at all.
Here we go. It can be as quick or as long as you want to answer them, mate.
Okay.
What's your favourite venue and why?
Favourite venue? Emperor Lakes in Devon. Purely because of how many big fish I've caught from there. Mostly what I've learnt in my own carp fishing over the last few years as well. It's you have to be, everything's got to be, proper with the rigs, the bait and everything. So, and it's run really well. Yeah. The venue's a lovely place, and it's
happy memories.
Yeah, very happy memories, and hopefully there's one fish I've been after for a very long time. It was one of the fish I went on to catch in the first place, and she still eludes me. So I've still got more happy memories to come, hopefully.
Yeah, so that's the one.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, before you catch that one, what's your favourite capture then, and why?
Favourite capture? Good question. I'd have to say my favourite capture was a fish called Rob's fish from Emperor Lakes, purely because of the fight. It just ripped off at 6 in the morning. I had one previously at 3 hours before, about 3 in the morning, which is a nice mid-30, and this one shot off at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I ended up having to go in the boat, and she took me to every single part of the lake pretty much. Yeah. 45 minutes later, it was quite funny because all the members were waking up because they were having to reel their rods in out of the way from me. They were making their breakfast on the bank in a cup of tea. It was like a show because the boat was spinning around in circles because of the wind. But so most memorable and most tiring was that one. Yeah, Rob's fish at 44.10.
A nice size as well, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
In the future, maybe next season, whatever, have you got any targets you're going for in new waters around the area?
I've not got any targets. Well, I've got a target fish, but I haven't got any plans of moving anywhere to any new lakes. I'm going to stay on where I am. Definitely to get the target fish. I mean, it's been 4 years now, so I mean, I will stay until I catch that.
Yeah, I'm fine with you.
Yeah.
When you go to waters, do you have one rig you use all the while, or do you swap and change depending what the circumstances on the lake? I
like to give a rig chance and bait chance as well. So if I'm happy in myself that the rig's doing, the presentation's working. If it's not catching fish, I'll put it down to probably my watercraft. I need to sort of pick up the game because especially in the winter you can get lazy, and sort of when you're busy you just want to go down and relax. But if you want to catch fish, that's the biggest thing is watercraft for me. But I generally stick with a rig. Back to the question. I stick with a rig for as long as long as I know the presentation's right. I'll see it out a couple of seasons. No problem at all.
Right, when you've made your millions and you can go and design your own lake, what would be your ideal venue and the stock?
Right, ideal venue and stock. Good blimey. I'd like to offer a lake where you've got a bit of everything, I suppose. Distance fishing and then your intimate fishing as well. So it'd probably be quite a good sized lake. Probably no fishing from the bar, no bivvying up from the far bank, that type of thing, and so you can offer range and also a big bay full of weed and pads and sort of and stock levels. I believe in we all want to catch big fish, but it'd be nice to have fish coming through as well. So it's got to be equally stocked, but good head of big fish.
On the way to your new venue, all of a sudden your missus gives you a tenner for your 48-hour session, and you was going past one of the local superstores. With the £10, what would you buy?
Go on, have you seen the size of me? £10. What time of year? Or is it
summer? We'll go with summer. We'll let you have summer.
Right, okay. Good job the ridge monkeys come out, isn't it? Probably some bread, sausages. Just love sausages, and a pot noodle, and I drink quite a bit on the bank, water-wise, so probably fill up with drink. I'm happy to drink more on the bank than eat. But as long as I've got water there, the fishing sort of keeps me at bay. So
that's questions you just gone.
Oh, that's
right. What's one of the funniest things you've seen while you've been on the bank?
Funniest things on the bank. My mate Luke Had a screaming take. It was a cold winter. We were on a state lake called Showbrook, and we were all in our like, cause you could only do days on it, so get there early in the morning. It was just horribly cold, wet on the ground because it's like really grassy, muddy banks. He's had a screaming take, come out of nowhere. He's gone sprinting down. He's about the same sort of size as me. And as he's tried to slow down to pick up his rod, he's not slowed down. He's completely slide tackled his whole gear out of the way. He's hooked it. He's playing it in. He's covered in mud. Played it for about 5 minutes. It's dropped off. So I mean, it was just one of those situations where you wanted to laugh. Well, you laughed at the first, but you just in your mind you're laughing, but you feel sorry for him. But that would be the funniest thing I've seen.
What's one of the worst things you've seen on the bank?
Worst things I've seen. Someone dropping a fish at Sandhurst. Yeah, that wasn't good. But it was from the far side because we saw him play it in and look through binoculars, sort of trying to see. It looked like a good fish, and someone it was a bit. That was quite heartbreaking to see. Again, it might not be. Obviously you've got to have fish care, but not everyone can be the most best at everything, and obviously he might have been just unlucky, but
that's not nice.
I mean it wasn't very good at all.
His fins all out.
So that was probably one of the worst things I've seen. For quite a long time. So
if you could change one thing in your fishing past, what would it be?
Change one thing. That's a hard one, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, if you like any regrets, like you left the water or anything like that, where you should have stayed on the water and or a rig or something what's changed your fishing, you go back and you change it. Right, okay, regrets. I mean, I'd say there was a couple of times. It's not just been once. It's been a few times where the weather's been really right for it, and going back to where I'm fishing now at Emperor, my target fish, I've sort of got there a day too late, she's come out, or I've packed up and she's come out a day after.
Yes,
so maybe it's things, because I have to, I'm quite busy at the moment, so it's quite hard to get a lot of time on the bank, but so regrets, wherein I could stay a bit longer, and I probably would have, coming out from places where I was fishing, so I've tracked her down, but I'd say that's the regret, maybe, sort of missing out on the time frame where she's coming out. So I'm getting there, but obviously missing by 12 hours either side or something. So
I see what you mean on that one. Have you got any fishing heroes within the industry or?
Yeah, two. Terry Hearn and Dave Lane. Two guys that when I was a youngster growing up, sort of reading magazines. Terry, I mean, I love listening to his stories because it makes you feel that you're there. And Dave Lane is just another fantastic angler, and he's a great all-round bloke as well. So those two, I mean, I've watched them in the magazines when I was growing up fishing, and I always keep a close eye on them, what they were doing. So they're
some good books there as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Do you think over the industry of carp fishing now, do you think things have changed for the better or for the worst over the last 10 years?
Bit of both. I mean, a lot of products have come to light where it will help you fish. It helps you definitely within your fishing, but there has been a lot of bad things in carp fishing that's come into it. So a bit of both, really. Definitely, a bit of both.
Well, let's go on some quick fire ones then now. What's your bankside entertainment? Clean.
Mobile phone. Definitely. Have to charge it like 8 times on the bank.
What annoys you the most on the bank?
Lights. Head torches. Definitely.
Best film?
Bonded by Blood.
Best book? I don't know that film.
No, it's a good film, best book. To be honest, I've not actually read on the bank or many angling books at all, really. No,
it can be.
I'll say a magazine. Magazine, quick and easy.
Favourite radio station?
Radio 1.
Football or rugby?
Football.
What music?
Garage.
Bivvy or brolly?
Brolly.
Bacon or sausage?
Sausage.
Hit ya. Sweet corn or maggots? That's the fish with.
Yeah. Maggot.
Bream or cat?
Cat.
Biscuits or crisps?
Biscuits.
Fine then, this is you've got through it all right now, haven't you, mate? This is the last question. If you've got one bit of fishing advice you could give to anybody, what would it be?
I'd say the biggest thing in my fishing that I could pass on is locating fish, because that's the biggest thing. There's no point fishing if you ain't if you ain't on fish, and there is signs that you can look for, or if there isn't any signs at all, but do your research. That's probably the better way of explaining it, research. So possibly if there's been a fish out recently, last week or so, look at the swim it came from, try and locate and get familiar with the lake, so that you can see in people's pictures where things are, where they're being caught. So if no one tells you where it's being caught, there might be something in the swim that can give it away. But location and presentation.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Excellent. Well, cheers for that, mate.
No problem
and
at all.
you got through it, no problem.
Yeah, cheers.
Thanks,
Thank
mate.
you. Nice
Cheers.
one.